Hi, Daisy Ray. Oh my goodness, you're so sleepy. You're just gonna go right back to sleep? I thought you woke up to do book club. No? Oh my goodness, she's so sleepy today. All right, hi guys. It's Renee from Salem Public Library in Salem, Ohio. Let me get my phone set up here. Just trying to kind of go to the side a little bit so you can see Daisy Ray. All right. So reading with Ray, we are reading Ivy and Bean and the Ghost Who Had to Go. So big thanks to Annie Barrows and Sophie Blackall, and I still didn't look up the publisher, whoever their publisher is, for allowing us to use these books. So yeah, Daisy is there. Griffin's actually right over here. Oh, and he is awake. Hello, Griffin. Okay. So yesterday, Ivy and Bean had made the potion. They, snipped off some of Nancy's hair and put it in the potion. And a lot of blue food coloring, so it was bright blue. And then they went in the bathroom and they chanted and they poured that blue potion all around the bathroom to expel the ghost. And just say where we left off yesterday was a large bang on the door. So I think we are ready to start. So Ivy and Bean and the Ghost Who Had to Go. We are on chapter Expelled. If you are doing the bundle set from Hoopla, we are on page 125. It was Leo's soccer ball. Bean started for the door. No, the presents, hissed Ivy. She stuffed the jar in the trash can and rushed into a stall. Bean rushed after her. What are you doing? Ivy was throwing the fossil and Zuzu's hair clip into the toilet. Give me your $50, she said, quick. Ugh, you probably shouldn't flush things like that down the toilet. I think it would have been better off to bury them. Bean handed it to her. Ivy threw that into the toilet too. But why are you putting them in the... Bean began. The bathroom door wheezed open. How else are we going to get them underground? Ivy whispered. She flushed. Come out here this instant. They knew that voice. It wasn't Rose the yard duty. It was Mrs. Noble. Ivy and Bean came out of the stall. Mrs. Noble's wrinkles were all pointing downward in a terrible frown. Just what do you think you're doing in here? She boomed. Going to the bathroom? Said Ivy. Was all she could think of. She glanced at Bean. Help. There are 30 children huddled out in the hall staring at this bathroom like it's a television. I know you're up to something, Mrs. Noble snapped. You can tell me or you can tell the principal. She reached out and grabbed Bean by the shoulder. Her fingers were like claws. We just had to... Bean had no idea what she was going to say next. And then they heard something. A groan. A grinding. A gurgling. A sound of water. Anybody who's ever overflowed a toilet knows what those sounds mean. And then, from the toilet, a river of water came spilling and splashing over the side and onto the tiles. There was a lot of it, and it didn't stop coming. Something under the floor was making a lot of noise. Ghost? The water ran over the sides of the toilet and streamed across the tile floor. Mrs. Noble let go of Bean's shoulder and took a step backward. The water flowed toward her red high heels, and she stepped back again. We heard the toilet making a funny noise, said Ivy, watching the water roll across the floor. We were trying to fix it when you came in. But it's still broken, said Bean. The toilet water sloshed around their shoes. Ew, yuck. It's kind of gross, isn't it? Said Ivy to Mrs. Noble. At least there's no, you-know-what in it, said Bean. Mrs. Noble didn't answer. She hopped backward, but the water touched her red high heels anyways. Disgusting! She hopped. Disgusting! I'll call the janitor. Ugh! She hopped again, yanked the door open, and was gone. Ivy and Bean stepped into the breezeway, their shoes making wet marks on the cement. Leo was leaning against the wall with his soccer ball under his arm. Most of the others were still sitting on the benches. Well, said Emma, what happened? Excuse me. The ghost has been expelled, said Ivy, but it wasn't easy. Mrs. Noble ran, said Vanessa. Bean shrugged. She was scared. She couldn't take it. Well, she came in during a very scary part, Ivy said. That ghost really wanted to stay in the bathroom. What did it look like? Eric asked. Ivy looked at Bean. Strange, pale. Bean looked at Ivy. Almost like water. Like water, said Emma. Weird. So it's gone, said Zuzu. For good? Yes, said Ivy. But I wouldn't go in there for a while. The bathroom got kind of messed up, said Bean. The second graders looked toward the bathroom door. They were quiet, thinking about the bathroom and Mrs. Noble and the ghost. Come on, said Eric. There's a little more recess left. They started walking down the breezeway. Ivy and Bean sat down on a bench. Leo looked at them. So what really happened in there, he asked. Secret, said Bean. Leo bounced the soccer ball hard against the cement and caught it. Hey, I was the one who warned you that Mrs. Noble was coming. Bean looked at Ivy. Ivy looked out at the playground where the second graders were getting back to their regular lunch recess stuff. Eric was chasing Drew. Michaela and Vanessa were pulling on a jump rope. The kindergartners were grinding rocks. Emma and Zuzu were practicing cartwheels again. Only Leo had stayed. Okay, we'll tell you. Leo slitted his eyes. Was there really a ghost in there? Yes, said Ivy. Totally, said Bean. Leo glanced from one to the other. And that's why Mrs. Noble ran? Ivy looked at the sky. Well, actually, Mrs. Noble ran because the toilet overflowed on her shoes. The toilet overflowed on her shoes? Leo said. How come? Ivy flushed the ghost presents down the toilet, explained Bean. You flushed a fossil? Leo laughed. And $50 and a hair clip. It seemed like the best way to send them, Ivy said. We didn't have time to dig a hole. She giggled. It was kind of funny. You guys are wacko, said Leo, laughing. The three of them walked down to the playground together. Hey, Leo, how do you play soccer anyway? Asked Bean. I'm getting kind of sick of gymnastics. I never really liked gymnastics very much, said Ivy. I can't do cartwheels. Oh, so I guess they're going to learn to play soccer instead. What a great day. What a great day, Bean thought. She was eating her ice cream on the front porch. She stirred hard, watching the chocolate part swirl into the vanilla part. Yum, ice cream soup. Ivy stepped out onto her front porch holding an ice cream bar. Come over, yelled Bean. Ivy went back inside and came out after a minute. She started down the steps, stopping every few feet to lick the drips from her bar. What do you have? She asked as she sat down next to Bean. Ice cream soup, said Bean, showing her. They ate in silence for a few minutes, and then bang, the porch door slammed behind Nancy. You spilled on your shirt, she said to Bean. Bean looked down. She had spilled on her shirt. Oh well, she said. Nancy sat down. It'll never come out, she said. Mom says you have to come in and do your math. Hi, Nancy, said Ivy. Hi, Nancy, said Nancy in a not very friendly way. You're supposed to go in, Bean. Okay, said Bean without getting up. Did you get a new haircut, Nancy? Ivy asked. Bean snipped off some of it. What? No, said Nancy. There was a pause. Why? Does my hair look different? Bean stared very hard at her milkshake. Ivy licked a drip. Yeah. She tilted her head to the side and looked at Nancy's hair. The bottom, there. It looks different. Kind of uneven, you know. It does, said Nancy, grabbing some hair and pulling it in front of her face. Yeah, sort of uneven, Ivy said. She cracked off a piece of chocolate coating and ate it. Nancy stared at her hair and then got up and went inside. Ivy and Bean finished their ice cream in silence. A really great day, thought Bean. And that's the end. Well, so we are kind of at the end. So that's the end of the story. We do have a little bit of time left, but I think I'm just going to kind of cut it short this today. I don't really want to start a new book right now. We'll start it tomorrow. We will go ahead and do Ivy and Bean book 3, which is Ivy and Bean Break the Fossil Record. So it sounds like they're going to be exploring some fossils in the next one, and that should be a lot of fun for us. Reading with Ray is going to run until May 22nd. So that's just a little over 2 weeks from now will be our last book club. We're going to take a break as we head into summer. It's about the end of the school year for just about everybody around here anyways. So say May 22nd will be our last one, and we will read So we'll read Ivy and Beam book 3. We might have time to get book 4 in before we're done. So, come back tomorrow and we will read some more. I'm recording on Thursday afternoon and it is gorgeous outside. So hopefully you got outside and got some sunshine today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.